Have you ever wondered how the internet travels across oceans? It's a mind-boggling concept, isn't it? I mean, we're talking about something intangible, traveling through a physical medium, crossing vast distances in mere milliseconds. It's almost as if the internet has a life of its own, moving from one point to another, guided by some mysterious force. But fear not, my curious friends, for today, we'll be unraveling the mysteries of how the internet travels across oceans. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the first to see our latest videos. To understand how the internet travels across oceans, let's start with a story. Imagine a person living in New York who wants to send an email to someone in Sydney, Australia. Now, let's say the email contains a photo of a cute puppy. The person in New York hits send, and the email travels across the internet, hopping from one server to another, until it reaches a server in Sydney. But how does it get there? Does the email physically travel through a cable? Well, yes, sort of. You see, the internet travels through submarine cables, which are like superhighways for data, spanning the globe and connecting continents. Submarine cables are fiber optic cables that are laid on the ocean floor, connecting countries and continents. They're like the veins of the internet, carrying data packets from one place to another. The first submarine cable was laid in 1858, connecting Europe and North America, and since then, the technology has advanced, and now, there are hundreds of submarine cables spanning the oceans, connecting the world. Submarine cables consist of several layers of protective material, including steel wires, polyethylene, and copper. Inside these protective layers are one or more fiber optic cables that transmit data. Fiber optic cables are made of tiny strands of glass or plastic that transmit data through pulses of light. These pulses are encoded with digital information, such as text, images, and video. So, how do submarine cables work? Well, it's all about light and data. When you send an email or browse the web, your data is broken down into packets of information, which are sent through the cables using pulses of light. The cables are made up of multiple fibers, each capable of carrying thousands of simultaneous transmissions. The data travels through the fiber optic cable at the speed of light, which is around 186,000 miles per second, crossing vast distances in mere milliseconds. When the data arrives at its destination, it's decoded and reassembled into its original form. The entire process is incredibly fast and efficient, allowing people all over the world to communicate and share information in real time. Laying submarine cables is no easy feat. It's a complex and expensive process that involves a lot of planning and coordination. The cables need to be strong enough to withstand the harsh ocean conditions, including storms, currents, and even earthquakes. The process of laying the cables involves specialized ships that carefully lay the cable on the ocean floor, and it can take months to complete. In addition to the challenges of laying the cables, there are also maintenance and repair issues to consider. Submarine cables are vulnerable to damage from a variety of sources, including ship anchors, fishing nets, and even shark bites. When a cable is damaged, it can cause disruptions to internet service and require a complex and costly repair process. Despite the challenges, the benefits of submarine cables are immense, connecting the world in ways that were once thought impossible. Without submarine cables, the internet would be limited to local networks, and we wouldn't be able to access information and communicate with people from all over the world. So, that's how the internet travels across oceans. It's a fascinating and complex process that involves sophisticated technology, careful planning, and maintenance. Submarine cables are the backbone of the internet, allowing us to connect and share information with people from all over the world. The next time you send an email or browse the web, take a moment to appreciate the incredible infrastructure that makes it all possible. Before we wrap up, here's a final story about the power of submarine cables. In 2006, an earthquake struck Taiwan, damaging several submarine cables that connected Asia to the rest of the world. As a result, internet and phone services were disrupted across the region, affecting millions of people. The incident highlighted the critical importance of submarine cables and the need for redundancy in the network. Today, there are multiple submarine cables connecting each continent, ensuring that the internet remains resilient and reliable, even in the face of natural disasters and other disruptions. That's it, we've reached the end of the video. If you made it this far, you're one of the best people out there. Before you go, make sure to give us a like to let us know you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions that pop into your head in the middle of the night, feel free to leave them in the comments below so we can answer them for you.